Good morning, everybody. Today is a little bit different, even though I usually do my episodes in the afternoons, as always. So today we're doing a bit different. We are doing the morning podcast, but sometimes I do that if I feel like it, but it's my choice. So, today's episode, we are doing the guest who signed the ledger. That is the new ghost stories. Hopefully, you guys are gonna stay and listen to my story. So, I just want to say thanks for listening and tuning in, and never miss any of my episodes. I'm only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, usually in the afternoons, but sometimes I can go in the mornings. I used to go in the mornings with this show, so now I can do it afternoons, or I can always go back to doing mornings. If you guys want me to, leave the comments down below if you like. So, let's get started on my show, like on the new story. So, it's the episode 39. We are still on season 3, and please click like, share, and subscribe, and never miss any of my episodes. If you have something important, I understand. So, you guys can always rewatch it if you want to. You can. I don't mind. So, today is a little bit rainy, kind of a bit cold outside, but just be safe and watch where you are walking to, like on the roads or like on a sidewalk or something like that, because it's getting kind of cold and rainy. Sooner or later it's gonna be very snowy, but be careful, where are you guys gonna step to. So anyway, I just want to say thanks for subscribing to my channel. And I have a family member who loves my show, and I just spoken to him and I asked him if he's doing pretty good, and he said that he's doing all right. So I haven't seen my cousin since like 2019, because last time I saw him in person was 6 years ago. But when I was younger, I didn't know I had family members in Azerbaijan, which is my father's birth city. So technically it's also my home as well, but this was my first time going to Azerbaijan, and I literally maybe one day wish I could go and visit my father, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, hopefully, but none of them speak English except for my sisters and my cousin, who I was just talking to not too long ago. But let's get started on this ghost story. So we are on season 3. This is chapter 39. The guest who signed the ledger. So I want you guys to sit back, relax, and let's get started on this episode. The inn kept a leather ledger behind the front desk, purely decorative. The owner said no one had signed it in decades. When the storm knocked out power, Mia lit candles and flipped it open to pass a time. To pass time, a fresh name had appeared across the last page. E row, room 4. Well, that's kind of creepy, but hopefully you guys are getting the chills as I'm reading this. And be very safe. No need to be scared. I'm not scared, but this is what the story is. So let's keep going. Room 4 was unbooked, yet from behind its door came the faint scrape of a chair and the soft clink of glass. Mia knocked. The sounds stopped. She slid the master key in, but the lock turned from the inside. On the ledger, the ink of the new signature glistened wet. Damn. I hope you guys are not too afraid to listen to this. This is a ghost story, and this is what it is. So stay tuned for the questions. She pressed her ear to the door and heard someone humming the tune from the lobby's antique clock. When the storm passed, she tried again. The room was empty, bed unslept, window latched on the nightstand. A damped ring from a glass and a page torn from the ledger edges, clean as if cut with light. When Mia returned to the desk, she found a new line below the signature. Checked out, thank you. For keeping a room, she turned the page and discovered a list of names from the coming week. Written in the same hand, none matched her reservations. All were marked late arrival. Damn! That gives me more creeped out, but at the same time that would gives me like all the excitement. So now let's go with the questions. So if you guys don't mind, hopefully you guys will listen to every single word I was reading from a story. This might be a real thing, but it's usually fictional. It's just part of Halloween stuff. So let's get started on the questions. Who is E. Rowe and how did they access room 4? That's a great question. I have no idea who E. Rowe is, but perhaps it's the initial of a person's name, like Eva or Evan, something like that, or there's another E, or like there's only Eva or Evan or Edward or something like that. Maybe that letter E starts with that names. Those names actually stands for with their actual initials with the letter E, like Evans or Evan or Edward or Eva or whoever it is. But I've no idea how they got access to the room 4. Somehow, maybe there are ghosts already in there. People just don't know it. Somehow she got pranked by someone. She thought she was being pranked. But the room is very empty. Nobody has been into that room 4 at the hotel in like decades. So somehow maybe these people who once were in that room somehow passed away and doesn't know that person has passed away. Somehow she's just trying to figure out what's going on. She's being pranked or she's afraid of something that could go wrong. She's probably too afraid. Well, she believes in this kind of stuff. So let's go with number 2. Why was the signature wet before anyone touched the ledger? That's very, very interesting and good question. So, the signature was wet before. Probably somehow they took either their own finger or their own little pen or little ink quill, kind of like from Harry Potter movies. They use these little quill ink thingy, looks like a pencil or pen, they used to write with like hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. If they touched the ink with it, which means they wrote their names on a ledger or somehow they carved it. People actually used to write their names in those little things before the modern world, like before the turn of the century, like 21st century or sometime in the middle of 20th century. People used to write their names in different pens or quills in their little ink. But this is what they did centuries back, because they didn't have modern pens or pencils like these pens, for instance. These were different. We didn't have any of these pens in the past because different pens didn't have this button here, like right here. You click, the ink comes out. If you click back, it goes away. But way before that, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, the pens were different. They were made out of trees or something. They called them quills or something, and they used ink. Like say if they used someone's blood or created somehow from something, and they used those pens, those quills, and having a different kind of writing. It was wet, but they had to wait till it was dry. Then they would probably, I don't know, fold a piece of paper, put it in the envelope, and they used that little symbol thingy to close up. So, but in this century, we have these kind of pens, and it's way better, and they work a lot better. But with the ledger and the quill thingy, with the ink, like from centuries ago, they used to write their names or someone else's names, like say in the scrolls, like 5,000 years ago in the Greek mythology. People had quills, right? And if they want to write a book about it, they have to use a quill and an ink and a scroll. It's like a piece of paper and some kind of thingy, but I'm not very good at explaining to it right now, but I don't know why. Okay, that's a good question. So let's go to number 3. Why is the significance of the clock's tune? Well, I'm guessing it's probably telling the time, like say when spirits are bound to the hotel, like inn. They used to call them the inn, as in like a motel or whatever, but this is like from centuries ago. So the clock's tune was like was bound when of the people who died, and people who the spirits who were actually were people once, and they stayed at the inn centuries back. The clock is probably, I don't know, telling the time. Maybe they are reliving their deaths, how it happened, and where they stayed at once. Room 4. So, I don't know what is so special about that room. Maybe I will never know. Nobody knows. So let's go with number 4. Who booked the upcoming late arrivals? That I might not know, but let's find out who would be. But I'm guessing someone from the past. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, the person who might be related to the other person, but I have no idea who booked it. The Mia, I think she was probably chosen somehow, but she has no idea who booked it, but apparently some kind of immortal. That is very interesting. I have never ever seen anything like it. This story is just fictional. None of it is like based on real stuff, but this is just a ghost stories to keep my readers, all my fans, just to get into all this. But I don't know if this might be real or not real, but who knows? I guess we'll never find out if this actually happens. So let's go to number 5. Is the ledger recording guests or inviting them? Wow, that's very interesting. I'm thinking it might be both. It's probably recording them and inviting them at the same time. I'm thinking yes. But on the previous parts here, on these questions, I think it's probably all the guests were somehow invited by the same person, but they have never seen it. That person, like, ever. They don't know who he or she is, and I guess we'll never know. It's some kind of spirit or some kind of ancestor or whatever, but I'm not really sure where this is going. Sometimes I'm good at explaining, sometimes I'm not, but anyway, we're almost out of time because I have other thing going on, like help my friend here with his thing. So anyway, we're almost out of time, so whatever it is, hopefully you guys loved the ghost story, maybe some questions, but sometimes I'm not very good at explaining these things. I mean, I'll have to, I don't know, watch these weird ghost movies, like ghost stories might be based on real thing. But if anyone needs a good scare, you have to watch some ghost movies, TV series, you'll see what it's like. But Mia, for instance, needs to investigate all the stuff. So, if anyone would like to listen to a bunch of podcasting, you are always welcome. If my family members who are watching this, always welcome to watch and listen. But you guys can always give me something that I might need. Like anything for the ghost stories, Anyway, we are out of time. So next week I'll be doing The Bell That Rang Underground. That is a new story for next week. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next week. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week, which is next Tuesday. This is going to be episode 40, which is chapter 40. We'll still be on season 3, The Bell That Rang Underground. So, I want you guys to stay safe, stay dry, and stay spooky, and we'll see you next week. I want to say, please click like, share, and subscribe, and please support my channel. And we'll be doing other things very soon. I will be writing my second book soon. Just not this month, not next month, but a month after October. We'll be doing it sometime in November, and it's just gonna take a while. So please support my channel. And this is a real job, and I love this job. This is what I've been wanting to do for a long time. I just never had the guts to do it. It's because I had to work different places. I had to have different job. I mean, it wasn't my dream jobs, but this is my real dream job. Doing podcasts, writing my own novels. It's a real thing, and I admire my job. I admire people who listen to my ghost stories, to watch my videos, and I hope you guys follow me on this channel and subscribe. The link in my bio is in my description. Please check it out, and please leave me a comment down below. So, this is what I need to do. I want you guys to check out my channel. I want you guys to watch everything. I want you guys remind me what my spirits would be like, If you guys want to watch ghost stories on YouTube, I understand. If you guys have anything else going on, I understand. So if you guys are not interested in this channel, that's okay. It's not for you. It's not for the kids. Kids are not allowed to watch this until they're old enough, like in their teenage years or something. But if you are interested in my ghost stories on this podcast, this channel is for you. So I'm your host, Anya Smith, and I have a partner who helped me set up this. I thank him. He is the best friend I ever had. For the last 3 years, I've only been doing this podcast for about 5 months now. And I love it. It's my dream to be a part of it. And sooner or later, we will be doing something soon, like working on the bookmarks. I just hope we can do bookmarks right after I sign this off. Until next week, we'll be doing episode 40. So, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next week. Stay safe and stay spooky. Ghosting with Anya is the best channel you guys could ever want to watch. If this is the only channel you want to watch, you are more than welcome. So, just want to say have a great day, stay safe, and stay spooky. So, we'll see you next time. Bye.